Hey guys, Gaby Pittman here. We're at the 2016 Austin Film Festival here at the Wakefield red carpet, about to interview Robin Swicord. What was it like adapting the short story to a film?
Well, it was a lot of fun, for one thing, because the first part of adapting is that I got to talk to E.L. Doctorow, who at that time was still living, and the film is dedicated to him.
And what other ways do you think that the audience will be able to relate to Howard Wakefield or just to the film in general?
Well, this situation of wanting to flee the family is something that we always have as children. You both want to run away and you want your mom to tuck you in at night. And there's something about being an adult where that it never really completely goes away. You're happy in your life and your marriage with your kids, and yet as you're driving home from dropping the kids off at school, you see the sign that says freeway this way and you think, I could just keep driving, So that strange tension that we have of wanting to be at home and also to be off and having adventures is exactly the tension that's in the film. I think it's very human. And also there's the kind of shocking thing where once he does this kind of daring thing, daring/crazy thing of sort of dropping out of his life and then watching his family unbeknownst to them, it takes a turn for him, because when you're cast back on yourself like that, it's only you and you alone in that room. He starts to realize, I'm not who I think I am. And so as he decides to follow that through, he ends up staying there for a very long time and having all kinds of inner and outer adventures, so that he's quite a different person at the end of the film than he is at the beginning. I think that thing of needing to look inward is something that we all experience, and we just rarely give ourselves the time to do it. But it took about 4 years. We had to wait 1.5 years for Brian, because once he'd committed to us, he had other jobs that he had to do in front of us. And the great thing about him is that he's a man of his word. So even though we had to wait 1.5 years, he didn't go take something else. He made time for us, so that was fantastic. And it took a little while to raise the money. And it took a little while to cast it, because I'm not a very well-known director. I'm known more as a screenwriter, and I'm female. So if you're going out to the leading men that can get your movie made in a heartbeat like that, they're not looking to work with me. So it was hard for a little while to figure out who can we go to. I knew that I wanted Bryan Cranston from the very first casting list. That was my number one name. But it took a little while to convince others that he was a movie star, because he hadn't made Trumbo yet. He had done Breaking Bad. He'd done a lot of other television, and really respected by other actors, but not famous internationally. And the international market really drives indie film. I'll tell you what I'm most proud of is the work that my crew did. My producers in raising money for a movie that's this strange. And the people that came to make this movie and made it possible in 20 days. And my editor, who did an incredible job with me, working with me, Matt Maddox. And my composer, who put so much of himself into this music and paid for recordings that weren't in the budget and so forth. Everybody's efforts to make the film have made me the most proud, honestly.
Well, that's all we have here at this red carpet, guys. Make sure to catch Wakefield in theaters this fall. Thanks for tuning in.